Hello Booktube, my name is Erica. How are you? I hope you are good. It's been about a little over a month, I think, since I've last posted or recorded a writing update, so I thought I would update you all with my goals for 2024, which mainly have to do with writing and a little bit of book reviews, not that much, a little bit, I'm going to try, but it mainly has to do with writing, like I said. So before we get into the goals for next year, a little bit of an update on Shark Cafe, which is the story that I have been working on since like the summer basically of this year, and so I'm still in the middle of my revisions, but it's going really good. I'm loving the way my characters are coming to life in the story and the atmosphere that I'm building, and it's just been so much fun. It's literally like all I think about, honestly. So but besides that, that's where I'm at. So let's get into the 2024 goals. We'll get into some specifics. So obviously my number one goal is that I want to self-publish this book within 2024. Now, I don't necessarily have a specific date. I don't want to stress myself out because this is the first book that I've ever completed. You know, I've started so many books that I've given up on, and Shark Cafe is the first story that really has stuck with me to the point where I really want to see this through. So that being said, I am still taking my time. I have to go through all of these steps because I'm self-publishing and I'm doing everything myself, in the sense that I am kind of, paying for everything, and I am, it just takes a lot of time. I've learned so many different things along the way. I feel really grateful that I was able to work in publishing in the last year because I was able to see and learn a lot of like the behind the scenes, which is great, but there's just so many things I have to do. So once I'm done with my self revisions, I'm going to first off be hiring a developmental editor, which is terrifying, but I'm going to be doing that. And then once all of that's done, those revisions, then there will be line edits, proofreaders, possibly beta readers. If you are interested in reading or in being a beta reader, let me know. I kind of want to find beta readers that don't know me, so that there's no bias within reading my story. So I might be going to a different website finding people, but I don't know yet. So yeah, so after that, then there's also the cover, which, I have all of these mock edits that I've made with Canva. I just made another one recently that I put on my phone for inspiration. I'll put it up on the screen, and I love it so much. It's so much fun making these little edits because they're just so inspiring for me. But again, there is a cover designer. There's two that I've got my eye on that I really want to hire. One is more of a retro style cover designer of like the horror books from the 80s and the 90s, which is ideally what I want. And then this other illustrator has such a unique kind of dark style that I've seen on a lot of creature features when I've been doing research, and so I think they would also be really good. Both are in my price range, so I don't know which one I'm going to go with. I really do want to probably I'll end up with that retro designer, only because when I publish this story, I really want it to be it's weird, but I really want it to be like a mass market paperback because it's a creature feature and it's just that vibe. So those are my plans so far. There's also formatting. Formatting the book takes so much time, and it's costly, but thankfully I know how to do it myself because, like I said, I worked in publishing for a bit, and so I get to do that on my own, so I don't have to, spend that extra money. Then there's getting ISBNs, and then getting proof copies, and yada yada yada. So there's still a lot of things that I have to do, but these are, all my goals for this next year. So hopefully I get them done. Once everything is done, then, like I said, biggest goal is to publish. So scary, but so exciting. There's also marketing, which I don't really want to spend money on marketing, so I will be utilizing social media, especially TikTok, mainly TikTok. TikTok is going to be the number one thing I will be using for marketing because it's what I have the most experience with, and Book Talk is so huge. And in the last year or so, I've had two videos. One video has over 3 million views, another video has over 2 million views. for Book Talk alone that I've created, and I feel like I really am familiar with trends and sounds that do well with short form content. You know, my 9 to 5 that I work in right now is marketing within that realm, so it's what I know, it's what I'm good at, so I think I can do it. So I'm gonna do that. For YouTube, I might start posting some shorts. I uploaded 2 shorts recently. One got 1,000 views, another video got 2,000 views, so I think I might cross post my content. I'll make content on TikTok, save the footage, then post it also on Instagram for Reels. I think Reels perform better than Shorts from what I've seen so far, but yeah. And then also, one of the biggest goals I have too is once the book is published, I would love for it to be at the local indie bookshop where the book takes place in Santa Cruz. It's called Bookshop Santa Cruz, and it's one of my favorite bookstores ever, and they have like an indie author section, and I'm just fingers crossed that they accept my book and maybe they'll let me have the book there on consignment, but we will see. So with all of that out of the way, those are some of the biggest writing goals, marketing book for book 1, and then there's more writing that I want to do that is so the thing is, the next story that I want to write isn't necessarily a sequel to this book that I'm writing, Shark Cafe, but each story that I write, I kind of want to have Easter eggs, in the sense that there is a company in the first book who is disposing of toxic waste that's barely mentioned, but they're kind of like the reason for what's going on in the book. And so in the second book, I want to write a story that takes place about 15 minutes away at a lake, and this company is also involved, but the story takes place about like 15-20 years prior. So I want each story to kind of have like these little small Easter eggs that make everything connected, because I want to continue writing creature features, but I also want this company to kind of be at the back end that's always mentioned, and each book you kind of learn something new about this company, and then later on more things are exposed in later books. That's kind of what I have in mind. So the next book I want to write takes place at a lake, but there's also another story that I want to write that takes place at a old shut down movie theater that has the same elements as well, and I don't know which one I'm going to jump into first. Probably the lake one, but we'll see. I would love to write a really great creature feature set at a movie theater that's been shut down. So there's that. What else? I think that kind of sums it up writing wise. Besides that, when it comes to Booktube and book reviews and filming more content that does not have to do with my writing, I would love to continue filming book reviews on books that I love, creature features, horror stories, nautical, pirates, all of that stuff that I love. I think the biggest thing that I want to continue, I have started this previously in the last year or so, where I've kind of stopped posting reviews that are harsh and that maybe like I rant a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be doing that at all ever again, basically, just because me going forward in publishing a book, I don't want to talk badly on any author's work. So if I love a book, you will hear about it, and if I don't, I just won't speak on the book at all. I don't even know how I'm going to be going forward with Goodreads in the next year, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to, promote more indie authors. That's what I've done a lot in the last year as well, so I'll be doing that. And besides that, I think that is it. I used to film skits, bookish comedy skits once upon a time, and maybe I'll utilize that in the new year as well, but I don't know. If you have any questions, leave those down below in the comments. I would love to chat with you all. If you're a writer yourself, I'd love to know about your project. And I would love to know what your favorite book that you read this year was. Mine is a book that I actually just finished. It's called The Paleontologist by Luc Dumas. It's kind of like the blurb on the book said, if the Night at the Museum was written by Stephen King. And so it is a horror thriller set at a museum where it goes really into depth on what it is like to work at a museum, all of the behind the scenes. So if you like all of that like work behind the scenes stuff, you would really like it. If not, it might be boring. But there's also a murder mystery aspect to it, ghost dinosaurs, which sounds really weird, but it works really well. And I love the book so much, so I would highly recommend that. But besides that, I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got for today. That's it for me. So those are my goals for next year. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great new year, and farewell.